So my name is Mahavir Lunawat, founder of India's largest mid-market investment banking group, Pantomath. The Indian pharmaceutical market has characteristics that make it unique. Our indigenous pharma industry enjoys a very dominant position driven by formulation development capabilities and early investments backed by competitive manufacturing costs and quality consciousness. Globally, India ranks third largest in volumes only after US and China, and also 10th in terms of value. Besides, India offers several demographic advantages such as one of the youngest population, growing medical infrastructure, increasing health insurance coverage, manifold rise in public healthcare spending, and rising income levels and affordability. Notably, Indian pharma players are graduating on innovation index as well, backed by increasing awareness and acceptability towards modern medicine and newer therapies. In our last series of HPA panel discussions, we had discussed on overall industry capturing certain key areas across pharma and healthcare industry, where we had the benefit of illustrious panel of torchbearers such as Ms. Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, Executive Chairperson of Biocon, Dr. Sunita Reddy, Managing Director of Apollo Hospitals, Dr. A. Velumani, Managing Director of Thyrocare Technologies. We had, in fact, a very interactive, interesting session along with Honorable Minister of Health, along with Dr. Dinesh Dua and Mr. Sudarshan Jain, amongst others. We have since, receiving various feedback post our HPA program. We have also done a lot of work on ground, working with large number of pharma companies, meeting their inorganic needs. And based on the inputs, we are glad to introduce Mastermind, a new format of having focused discussion on specific industry segment. And in its first such workshop today, we are going to discuss specific segments of pharma intermediates and APIs. Quickly, we'll be having discussion on identified key areas of these industry segments, followed by insight sharing address by industry leader Mr. Premchand Goda, CMD of IPCA Laboratories. We are then going to have sort of open discussion and Q&A and inputs from participants, and we have kept extreme detailed and engaging discussion so that we can cover all the relevant issues concerning the industry. In between, we are going to have certain polls on important aspects, and we will put up some data points as we go along. So we request your fullest participants, please stay tuned till end. Let me formally welcome and introduce all the expert panelists for the workshop. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today amidst your busy schedule. Very, very warm welcome on the panel. We have circulated all the panelists' profile to all the registrants yesterday night, and the same is also put up on the screen as well, so that we can save time. Of course, none of the panelists need introduction per se. I mean, we are very glad to have illustrious, learned gentlemen from industry. But nevertheless, it's my privilege to introduce all the esteemed, panel members. Mr. Premchand Goda is CMD of IPCA Laboratories. We'll maybe speak more about him when we formally invite him to address. Meanwhile, we have Amit. Amit is a dear friend. We share, good thoughts at Thai Mumbai board as well. He's managing director of IQA, and earlier he was at KPMG and held a lot of positions and done a lot of work in pharma and healthcare, and is known for his data insights and learnings. We have Dr. Dinesh Dua, Executive Director of Nectar Life Science and Chairman of Pharmexil, and he's a walking encyclopedia of pharma and healthcare, and I'm sure his insights will be immensely useful for all of us. We have, of course, I'm there as a moderator. We have Mr. Uday Bhaskar, who's Director General at Pharmexil, and he has been moving with policymakers very deeply. And I think his contribution as Pharmexil is commendable in terms of contributing to a lot of policy measures which India has brought about. We have Mr. Sudarshan Jain, another veteran on the industry, former MD, ABUT, and Secretary General, IPA. Very learned gentleman, and I'm sure his views will be equally enriching all of us. We have Mr. Yogin Majmudar, he's Chairman and Managing Director of Bakul Group of Companies. He has held various positions as thought leader at IDMA, at BDMA, and has been moving very largely deeply with thought leaders associations, besides being a very successful business owner in pharma segment. So with detailed insights of all the panel experts, we will have a lot of insights, and with that I once again welcome all the expert panel members for taking time out of busy schedule, and without adding much to the formal note, I straight away keep the panel open, and I have the pleasure of inviting Dr. Dinesh Dua, who has put together some considered thoughts giving overview of global market of APIs, intermediates, and of course linking it up with Indian market, Indian APIs and intermediate segment.